Kill Nnamdi Kanu so that peace will reign. Kill him. Don't spare him. Kill him so that peace will reign. Listen to me. They are setting the tone for the appeal court judgment that is forthcoming. They will say, oh, even his own people are calling for death sentence. Even his own people, Igbo people, they are calling for his head. Remember, that has been the agenda from the outset. Who is saying this? I'm going to tell you. And I will tell you what a sitting governor in the Southeast said regarding this. Of course, I will also bring to you an update explaining to you what the statement of Mrs. Uchechi Okwu-Kanu meant. She talked about protecting the structure, that you should be listening to Nnamdi Kanu with logic rather than emotion, that their duty is to protect the structure. And she said this in the presence and in the company of the suspended or expelled members of the DOS. We will come back to that very much later. Kill Nnamdi Kanu that peace may reign. That was the same notion in the 1966 and 1967 to 1970. General Yakubu Gowon declared war in order for any form of agitation coming from the Biafrans and possibly in the future never to have a strong bearing or impact in Nigeria. So more than 3 million Biafrans were killed to keep Nigeria united, to restore peace in Nigeria, so to speak. Today, the people of General Yakubu Gowon are being massacred and killed and slaughtered brazenly without General Yakubu Gowon lifting up a finger to defend his own people. They are being slaughtered before his very eyes. They are calling for the killing of Nnamdi Kanu in order to bring peace to the Southeast, more especially Imo State. Will that bring an end to the crisis in the region? Will that bring an end to insecurity in the region? The same tone prior to the 2023 election. They say, oh, if you can arrest Nnamdi Kanu, if you can kill Nnamdi Kanu, we can be able to secure the Igbo presidency 2023. And they did everything they could, beginning with Operation Python Dance 2. He escaped assassination, a murder attempt. He survived. If Nnamdi Kanu is not taken out of the way, we cannot be able to find our feet. We cannot be able to seize power in Asorok. Igbo presidency all the way. Kill Nnamdi Kanu, destroy him. He has been in detention, from detention to imprisonment, over 5 years. Where is the Igbo presidency? And this guy is calling for the head of Nnamdi Kanu in order to bring peace to all senatorial zone of Imo State. Will that bring an end? Now, listen. I want you to share this video because we are going to hear what the governor has to say about this. If you don't share it, the message will not go far. Like the video as well. Now, listen.
All right, regarding to that, yes, I concur with her. Let me be sincere with you. That's the last level we want to talk about now. The only way to return full normalcy, I'm saying it on air, if you watch the system the whole thing is going, the time they arrested Nnamdi Kanu, it was like up and down, up and down. Yeah. The time they arrested Simeon Ekpa, it cut to 50%. The time that Nnamdi Kanu was convicted, it reduced to 10%. That's what we are battling now. Put it on air. If Nnamdi Kanu is there today, if government of Nigeria will kill Nnamdi Kanu, trust me, normalcy will start coming. And that's all what every Igbo man prays for. Now again, for you to concur to what he's saying, government cannot do it all. And that's why I'm agitating again.
He said that if you kill Nnamdi Kanu right now, normalcy will return to the Southeast. That is what every average Igbo man is praying for. Is that correct? If you are from Igbo, if you are from the Southeast, is that what you are praying for? If that is what you are praying for, be bold enough to type it in the chat section. But if this is not what you are praying for, type in the chat section, Lord, protect Nnamdi Kanu, spare his life to see the downfall of his enemies. Type it in the chat section right now. We continue.
If we know where our problem is coming, we can find the solution. Our problem is simply coming from the brainwash, the hate speech. I want all these organizations in Nigeria that have say, the Catholic bishops, the Pentecostal pastors, the educated ones, let us come on air and educate our people the consequences of what we are doing.
Is that where the problem is coming from? He said that the problem is coming from the brainwash, by implication that Nnamdi Kanu brainwashed our people. Is that where the problem is coming from? Or marginalization? Is that where the problem is coming from? Where is the problem of the Niger Deltans coming from? Where is the problem? The killings in the Middle Belt, as I mentioned a few seconds ago or minutes ago, where is it coming from? Where is it coming from? He's talking about the killing of Nnamdi Kanu, that will bring about peace. What about OPC in Lagos State? How many people did they kill during the reign of Gani Adams? How many people were victims of the OPC? During the time of Sunday Igboho, I hope he is still in the struggle for the Oduduwa nation. Has any Yoruba man or woman called for the killing of Chief Sunday Igboho for forming Amotekun, a vigilante group, in order to secure and protect their states and their region from the invading bandits and killers of the people? Igbo man, he's the wisest. He knows the solution. Why was P2B denied the victory at the poll in 2023 presidential election? Why didn't he go there to fight for P2B? Why was he silent? And he that did not merit the position of the presidency is right there. He's calling for the killing of Nnamdi Kanu. He brainwashed our people that this is the way to solve the problem. Is that true? Type in the chat section.
That is the only way they will shift. Military are not the Holy Spirit that is everywhere.
Right.
See, today bombs still kill people in my community. Have the military not done enough to extradite the mines in the land? They have done a lot, but they plant again. Did you understand? So the only means for us to get this thing done is let every Igbo man know the truth and stand by the truth.
What truth is he talking about? What truth? What has he done about the killings in Lagos State? About the burnings of the Igbo properties in Lagos State and across Yoruba land? This man is from Olu senatorial zone of Imo State, from Osu Ihituokwa. What has he done, Mr. Chigozie Nnabugwu? What has he done regarding the destructions and the burning down of Igbo properties and Igbo businesses in Lagos State and other Yoruba states? What has he done? We know the truth. He knows the truth. So the truth is that Nnamdi Kanu is responsible for the insecurity in the Southeast. Let's conclude with this before we go to the next, please. Let's go to the next step right now. Stay with me, please. Like this video, please. I'm begging you. If you want the truth to reverberate, like the video and share it. Like it and share it. Let's go to the next. You will hear from the governor what he has to say in response to this very guy that is calling for the death of Nnamdi Kanu. Now listen.
They hire hoodlums from outside Imo State. They bring them in pretending to be IPOB, and they commit this crime and they go away. So it is not about IPOB. Yes, we agree. We have aggrieved IPOB members, but I can tell you, those who are doing this destruction, most of them were brought from outside Imo State.
So, if you say that they are really not IPOB members, another insinuation that a few commentators have put into this is perhaps the military operations that we saw in the past few days, which of course you also commented about. Is there any link between that military operations and what we saw in the last few days?
As I speak to you, honest political leaders and religious leaders have approached me to encourage military to come around because these people have created fear into the citizens by their dastardly act. So it is not about the military. If anything, our people want the military around so that they can have sense of security and go about their businesses without fear of any molestation.
But in what we have seen, you said that you are going to send a report to the federal government on what is happening. So how do you then handle the situation going?
To the glory of God, they were not successful. How do we imagine that people are already organizing press conferences in Abuja, trying to address press as to what they thought that could have happened in Imo State? But God talked to them, and they were not successful in their operation. Yes.
Did you hear from the governor? This man that was calling for the head of Nnamdi Kanu, I know that he is speaking representing the opinion of those that really want Nnamdi Kanu out of the way at all costs. This man that I first played this tape, Mr. Chigozie Nnabugwu, does he possess so much information or intel more than the sitting governor of Imo State, Governor Hope Uzodinma, who rightly said that the insecurities that the Imo State people or indigents are experiencing, more especially at or low senatorial district, are politically motivated. That is not caused by IPOB. They pay some people and bring them in, and they claim and pretend to be IPOB, causing mayhem, kidnappings, killings, bombings, abductions, in order to destabilize the government of Hope Uzodinma. That is what he said. That is not IPOB. This was not the first place he made his statement. This was not the only interview he granted. They are numerous. I'm going to bring the second one that he said, exonerating IPOB from the destructions in Imo State. I want to pay a very close attention. After this, we will go to look into the statement of Mrs. Uchechi Okwu-Kanu, which I briefly stated at the beginning of this video. Now, listen.
Imo State currently is passing through a trying period. Imo State is passing through a trying period, a period where things that were not known before to us are happening. The killing of innocent human beings, the burning of government assets and public assets, burning down of police stations, local governments, politics with bitterness. We have been confronted with this situation. We have done our best as Christians not to follow the old law of an eye for an eye. We've been praying to Almighty God, and it was our hope and expectation that this period of Lent and Easter will touch the heart of those who are sponsoring violence in Imo State, who are taking lives, letting innocent blood, that God will touch their hearts to repent. These people are just wicked politicians. If anybody tells you that IPOB is the one killing people in Olu zone, it is not correct. Wicked politicians are sponsoring the killings in Olu. Last week in Oberuru, the APC ward chairman was killed in his house. The APC secretary was killed in his house. APC woman leader was killed in his house. I have cross-checked since the inception of this banditry. Not one PDP man has died. Not one PDP man, his house has been attacked or bombed. So it is very clear to me that these people are after APC. I'm sorry for those who will come in a very naked daylight. I want to be after government.
Did you hear from the sitting governor of Imo State with so much intel at his disposal, so much security privileged information at his disposal, telling the whole world that the insecurities are not perpetrated or executed or masterminded by IPOB. Let's go straight to Mrs. Uchechi Okwu-Kanu. Please, I want you to like and share this video if you want the truth to reverberate. Please, like and share. Like and share. Listen attentively. Listen very closely.
Have leaders. Nnamdi Kanu is one of the greatest leaders that has ever led in the freedom fighting arena, and he continues to be so. But our job is to rally around him, fight to protect this very institution that he founded.
Pretentious, claiming to be in support of the husband, Nnamdi Kanu. So pretentious. He's the greatest leader. Good and fine. But you are in the midst of those he expelled, he suspended from the structure. Number two, that their duty was or is to stand to protect the structure that he put in place. Please look in the description below this video. I don't want to repeat what I've said in previous videos because of time. Look in the description below this video. You will see one of the videos titled Missing Evidence. Watch it. Danger Looms. Another video, click on it and watch it. And other videos in the description below this video for the best top-notch analysis, unbiased perspective that will guide you. Before we continue with the tape, I have said, and I want to repeat, they should have waited for Nnamdi Kanu to come out of this very legal battle. And then they should bring out all the evidence they have against him, confronting him one-on-one. And then we, at this side, we will be listening and watching to see and to hear what will be the responses of Nnamdi Kanu to the allegations of corruption, of marital infidelity, embezzlement of funds, misappropriation of IPOB funds, and a lot of other fraudulent activities or scamming activities that they have accused him of engaging himself in. We will then make the right choice, having heard from the horse's mouth. But no, they said no. We have no choice than to begin to look at what they are saying, dissect, deconstruct, and place them on the scale of truth and integrity. That is what we are doing here on Maxwell Nnawuihe. The tape continues.
Regardless how anybody looks at it, but discipline is very important. Must we always disseminate? Must we always disintegrate whenever there is a problem? And why is that? So that is a cause. But can we drill down to find out why that is the root cause? Can we get to the root cause of that? Why is that? So you have the people who believe that. In fact, there are some people in this struggle, in this movement, who came because of how Nnamdi Kanu talks. That's all. They're not here for anything, not there for just they like the way he passes and the way he swears and the way he speaks his English, and they are in awe of his presence. And of course, Nnamdi Kanu is a charismatic leader. Some people like just to see him, some people just to hear his voice, but they don't even understand what he is saying. They can't even remember the meaning of what he said to them. So, if Radio Biafra is where we worship, and the US leads the movement, whenever I'm not around, I don't know what changed.
What a woman in broader light insulted every one of us by this speech, by this statement. That most of the people that listen to Nnamdi Kanu, that they are just interested, they just like the way he talks, they just like his appearance, They don't even understand what he is saying. What an insult to millions of Biafrans and lovers of freedom and supporters of Mazen. What an insult. No wonder they called her Delilah. No wonder some people were calling her Change. No wonder. Some people were calling her Cancer. No wonder. This meeting, if I'm not mistaken, was on the 18th or the 17th of July, 2026. With the people that were sacked and expelled from the structure, from the administration of IPOB by her husband on the 17th of June, 2026. In all their presence, she's making this statement so bold that if Radio Biafra is where they worship and IPOB is the structure, the DOS is, the constituted structure or leadership, that what has changed. So she doesn't know that a lot has changed. So the statement of her husband, or should I say, the authority of her husband in dissolving the third DOS didn't change anything for Uchechi Okwu-Kanu. She asked the question, what has changed? So up till now, she doesn't recognize the existence and the legality, or should I say, the validity of the authority of her husband according to the IPOB Code of Conduct, Section 2, subsection A, Clause 1. She doesn't understand it. That a lot has changed. That the husband has effected changes in the IPOB leadership and structure. She doesn't recognize the changes the husband has made or effected as reasonable or as authentic and something that all Biafrans or all IPOB members should follow and stand with. What a woman. What a woman. My goodness. I don't feel like playing this tape anymore. She has insulted all of us. That we don't even understand what Nnamdi Kanu is saying. That we are just listening to him because he talks very well. He speaks very fine. He's a good communicator. And then he's a good orator. He's a charismatic leader. Apart from that, there is nothing else to take home in his leadership for these past 12 or 13 years. What a woman. Let's summarize.
I don't know what changed. So I want us to please continue to use logic rather than emotion. It's very important. It helps people to achieve their goal. I'll stop here because I don't want to speak much about time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Lolo. They say a word is enough for the wise.
In the presence of those that have called her husband so many names, in the presence of those that the husband say, from today you are suspended or expelled from IPOB, she says that changes nothing. Nnamdi Kanu, what you have said or done in the structure or the leadership of IPOB doesn't mean nothing, doesn't make any sense. Please type in the chat section. How do you place, or where do you place Uchechi Okwu-Kanu? Where do you place her? The man we played his tape at the beginning of this video, Mr. Chigozie Nnabugwu, who called for the killing of Nnamdi Kanu. What is your response to him? Please type in the chat section. The statement, official statement of the governor of Imo State, Governor Hope Uzodinma, exonerating IPOB from all accusations of insecurity in the Southeast. Putting it very straightforward and clearly that they were all politically motivated. What is your response to that? Please, in the chat section. I am God's servant, Maxwell Nnawuihe. If you don't share these videos, if you don't like all my videos, you are not helping the message to get out there. Thank you so much for today. I will see you again.
Subscribe on YouTube, TikTok, X, Facebook, and Instagram. Follow Maxwell Nnawuihe for more updates. Follow us on YouTube, TikTok, X, Facebook, and Instagram for more updates.